evening. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive and I'm Swati Joshi. The centre today tabled the controversial One Nation, One Poll bill in the Lok Sabha. Amid ruckus, a massive war of words exploded between the government and the Vipaksh in Sansad over the reform bill, and it has now been sent to the Joint Parliamentary Committee for deliberations and debate. While the INDI bloc demanded that the bill be withdrawn, led by Congress's Manish Tiwari, the bill was admitted in the Lok Sabha by a vote, with 269 MPs voting in favour of admittance, while 198 MPs opposed the move, while 76 were absent. Home Minister Amit Shah, while speaking on the bill, said that the government wants to send the bill to JPC as the Prime Minister wants to build consensus on the bill and wants deliberations.
माननीय अध्यक्ष जी, माननीय सदस्य बालू साहब ने कहा कि इसको जेपीसी को दे देना चाहिए। जब ये संविधान सुधार का विधेयक, संवैधानिक संशोधन जब कैबिनेट में चर्चा में आया, तब प्रधानमंत्री जी ने स्वयं मंशा व्यक्त करी थी कि इसको जेपीसी को देना चाहिए। इस पर विस्तृत चर्चा सभी स्तर पर होनी चाहिए। इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि इसमें सदन का ज्यादा समय जाया करे बगैर, अगर मंत्री जी कहते हैं कि इसको जेपीसी को सौंपने के लिए वो तैयार है, तो जेपीसी में सारी चर्चा होगी और जब जेपीसी के रिपोर्ट के आधार पर कैबिनेट इसको पारित करेगी, तब भी फिर से चर्चा होनी है। तो मैं मानता हूं कि माननीय मंत्री जी अगर जेपीसी में रखने की इच्छा व्यक्त करते हैं, तो यहीं पर एक चीज समाप्त हो जाएगी।
अध्यक्ष जी, जो ये चर्चा हुई है, इसका जवाब देने के बाद जो नियम 74 है, जिसमें मैं एप्रोप्रिएट जो मोशन ला करके और जेपीसी के गठन का प्रस्ताव निश्चित रूप से करूंगा, निश्चित रूप से जेपीसी के गठन का प्रस्ताव करूंगा। रूल 74 के तहत जेपीसी के गठन का प्रस्ताव है और सरकार की इच्छा भी है।
Now, the opposition was up in arms over the bill, alleging that the bill is undemocratic and will change the structure of the constitution. They allege that it will undermine the states and regional identities. TMC also claimed that the bill was being brought to please one supreme leader.
ये कहना चाहते हैं कि 5 ईयर टर्म अनिवार्य नहीं है। 5 ईयर टर्म अनिवार्य है, ये नीति आयोग के रिपोर्ट में नहीं जाए। नीति आयोग कोई संवैधानिक कोई बॉडी नहीं है जो इस प्रकार का ये परामर्श दे पाए। तो इसीलिए मैं बस इतना ही कहना चाहूंगा कि ये दोबारा अगर इनको लगता है कि प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी पर के प्रचार से ये पूरे ये भारत के चुनाव को छीनेंगे, तो हम ये चोरी नहीं होने देंगे और हम बिल का विरोध करते हैं। इस बिल को जेपीसी में भेजा जाए।
Why law providing state funding for conducting the election is not brought? Every problem will be resolved. Do all elections. How many monies are being spent? All elections should be brought, should be done from the state election fund. Why you are not bringing? That will be about real election reforms. This is not the election reform. Okay. It is a reform. Sir, I have not finished, sir. It is not an election reform. Listen, sir. It is not an election reforms. It is just a fulfillment of one gentleman's desire and dream. Nothing more than that. No, it is not permitted.
Sir, this bill violates the right to democratic self-government, which is part of Article 14(19). And if a legislative assembly is dissolved, sir, and midterm elections are conducted, the tenure of that assembly will not be for 5 years, sir. This in itself is a violation of parliamentary democracy, which envisages a tenured legislature. Sir, constitutional scheme makes it clear that once elections are conducted, the House should have a right to function for next 5 years. This is a violation of basic structure. That such a provision is being done for administrative convenience, not for constitutional purpose.
All right, let's open this up. Let's go across to our guests. We're joined by Shazia Alvi, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have R. Rajagopalan, senior journalist, Dr. Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress, and Yash Bharti, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Let's first go across to Dr. Nikul Patel. Dr. Nikul Patel, it's not a new concept, one nation, one poll. It was into effect in India till about 1969. So what is the basis of objection, calling it undemocratic, calling it anti-federalism? How is this against the states?
Firstly, I would like to acknowledge that definitely the elections were happening together, whatever the years are stated. Now, when it comes to today's proceedings, and it is an amendment bill that is being brought by Bharatiya Janata Party, I would like to know from my Bharatiya Janata Party counterpart that if you want to introduce an amendment bill, what is the number that must be there? Simply majority is the process that is written in the constitution. Secondly, Amit Shah told that Pradhan Mantri was having its vision for having this bill into the parliament and it has to be sent to JPC. They know very well that they don't have majority on the floor of the house to amend the bill, and that is why they are sending it to the JP. It's only one kind of process they want to do it and distract.
But didn't the opposition demand wider consultation? Wouldn't sending it to JPC fulfill that demand of wider consultation?
Going to the JPC is good option. That is what the government is also feeling, because they know that they will not be able to pass it through the floor of the parliament. Firstly, secondly, if Pradhan Mantri is having a great vision, then one nation, one tax is still a dream for every citizen in the country. And there are so many aspects. Even in Notbandi, Pradhan Mantri told that after 50 days, all Bhrashtachari, Antakwadi will be removed. But over here, you can see what happened.
We're discussing the pros and cons. Let's stick to one nation, one poll. All of a sudden, the Congress has a problem.
These are the points that I want to raise, because that was the vision shown by our Pradhan Mantri during those days for this policy. Similarly, the same vision is being given by Pradhan Mantri for one nation, one election. That is what I want to give an analogy.
Okay, let me take a quick counter from Shazia Elmi on that. Go ahead.
So, yes. So a very quick counter and a very basic one. Is my learned friend from the Congress party actually saying that the elections held in 1952, 1957, 1962 and 67 were unconstitutional? Is he actually challenging the prime ministership of Nehru and of Congress party, because they seem to have won until 97. It was in fact in 1967 and that election, the fourth one, where it seemed to have lost 8 states and administration of UP, the governance of UP. So are you saying that all those were hollow victories and they were unconstitutional? It is such a disingenuous, and I hate to use the word, but a completely foolish argument, because you're exposing yourself. And because there was creation of new states or reorganization of the older ones,
right,
carving out of other states, and also the absolute disdain with Indira Gandhi kept dismissing government after government, elected governments, and the misuse of Article 356 to dismiss governments, which led to this situation. So are you saying that all of that was wrong?
Respond, Dr. Nikul Patel. Was all of that done also to fulfill the desire of one individual?
No, I want to finish.
Okay,
no,
finish your point.
Let me finish.
Finish your point.
Yeah. So it is not about one individual, it is about the entire country's interest. It is about model code of conduct. It is about the use of the electoral machinery. It is about a voter's time and his availability. And also, it's a 18,000 page report which gives you details as to why this is important. Imagine the people have voted anybody. I mean, whether it's the local elections or state legislature or even the parliamentary elections. The people have voted us to do work, not to conduct elections month after month.
Okay, one by one. Let's take a counter now.
Said that, there's a big problem. It is going to be will be
okay, one by one. Let's take a counter now. Dr. Nikul Patel. Coming up with a counter. Dr. Nikul Patel.
My friend is criticizing about that we are not following the constitution. I would like to say that what is the logic behind it? I don't understand. If it had happened without constitution, then at that time it must have been challenged in the Supreme Court. I don't understand. Secondly, my friend is telling that Congress is not ready for everything. I think we have already submitted our submissions when the Pradhan Mantri at first time said that we want to bring one nation, one election. We are telling that there are so many things that to be taken care of before it has to be brought to the actual practice. Now
they know that through JPC, again, through JPC, wouldn't there be a wider consultation? Before that only it is being called anti-federalism, it is being called anti-democratic. No, the opposition is already jumping to gun. It's not like the opposition is showing maturity and waiting for it to go to JPC and a discussion to happen then. Opposition already has jumped to the conclusion. Let me begin, Mr. Rajgopalan. One of the things that decoupled general elections with the state elections in 1970 was the fact, Mr. Rajgopalan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that the Lok Sabha back then was dissolved early, 15 months before its tenure. who ruled the country back then? Whose government was it? Who was the Prime Minister?
Swati, it was extended 6 years. You should understand that. Who gave condition from 5 years to 6 years? Who gave the importance to Sonia Gandhi or from mother-in-law Indira Gandhi? So Congress has been doing a unconstitutional thing from the day one. Apart from that, Swati, this report, even if JPC is formed and JPC is consulted, how many times you have to consult? Ramnath Govind committee consulted. Even in 2013, Congress Member of Parliament E.M. Sudarshan Nachiyappan was the chairman of the JPC on One Nation, One Poll as mooted by the Committee of Law and Justice. Law Commission reported. So many consultations you want. Congress is now, the point is, Swati, Congress is reduced to regional parties, and regional parties are pressurizing the Congress not to go for such type of thing.
Okay.
It is going to be One Nation, One Poll will be implemented only in 2034.
No, but Mr. Rajgopalan, the one second, the criticism is that when that happens, that is going to only benefit the national parties.
2034, Swati, who knows? Congress may come to power. Why should they stop it now? Even now, Congress may come to power. Who knows that Samajwadi Party can come to power in 2034? Why imagine that Narendra Modi is going to be the 2040 Viksit Bharat? That is why these people are rattled.
Okay. यश भारती जी, राजगोपालन जी कह रहे हैं किसे पता कल क्या होगा? हो सकता है जब तक ये इम्प्लीमेंट हो, लागू हो, तब तक कांग्रेस की सरकार हो, या हो सकता है कि आप ही लोग सेंटर में गवर्नमेंट बना लें.
देखिए, मैंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रवक्ता का तर्क सुना और वो पुरानी सरकारों की बात कर रहे थे. पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये तय कर ले कि पुरानी चीजों को गलत मानते हैं या सही मानते हैं. जो बार बार तर्क दे रहे हैं कि पहले भी वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन हुए हैं, डिसॉल्व की गई हैं सरकारें, तो सरकारों को डिसॉल्व करना क्या गलत है? अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी का इंडिया शाइनिंग सबने देखा है, जिन्होंने पहले चुनाव कराया और इंडिया शाइनिंग के नाम पे जनता ने क्या दिया उनको ये सब जानते हैं. लगातार 10 साल तक स्वीकार नहीं किया भारतीय जनता पार्टी को. अब जनादेश के नाम पे केवल ये चीज कह रहे हैं कि वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन, हर चीज वन करना. कल ये राज्यसभा भी खत्म कर देंगे इसी नाम पे कि हर चीज.
देखिए, अब ये तो अजम्पशन के अलग लेवल पर आप पहुंच गए यश भारती जी.
मेरी बात माननीय अखिलेश यादव,
सुनिए, प्रोज एंड कॉन्स पर आप बात कीजिए. वो क्या करेंगे कल को, वो क्या कर लेंगे, उनकी मंशा क्या होगी? यश भारती जी सुनिए, प्रोज एंड कॉन्स की बात कीजिए. उनका ये कहना है कि पैसे बचेंगे, रिसोर्सेज बचेंगे.
मुझे मेरी बात कहने दीजिए, मैं उनकी बात को ही आगे बढ़ाऊंगा. ये तो मैंने उनकी बात बता दी कि वो पुरानी चीजों को अच्छा मानते हैं क्योंकि वो तो हर चीज को क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं. पुरानी हर चीज खराब है. नेहरू जी प्रधानमंत्री थे लेकिन वो खराब थे, लेकिन आज मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री हैं. कोई कहते तो प्रधानमंत्री पद का अपमान हो जाता है क्योंकि नेहरू जी को ये प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में कभी स्वीकार नहीं करता.
अरे सर, अपना आप काउंटर रखिए ना प्रोज एंड कॉन्स पर.
मैं काउंटर वही बात कर रहा हूं. माननीय अखिलेश यादव जी का स्पष्ट कहना है इनके लिए महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, रोजगार, बीमारी विषय नहीं है.
नहीं तो फिर यश भारती जी, कुछ समय पहले तक आप लोगों को वन नेशन वन पोल एक सही चीज लगती थी, आइडिया आपको अच्छा लगता था. अब क्योंकि क्या इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की शुरुआत या फिर इस कॉन्वर्सेशन की शुरुआत बीजेपी ने की है तो आपको दिक्कत हो गई है?
बीजेपी का जो ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है, जो तरीका है, वन नेशन वन राशन हो गया क्या? वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कैसे? वन नेशन वन टैक्स हो गया क्या? क्या जीएसटी में सारे टैक्स आ गए क्या? अलग से कोई टैक्स नहीं लिया जा रहा क्या? ये झूठ फैलाने का काम और झूठ करने का काम, क्या नगर निगम, मेयर और पंचायतों के चुनाव साथ में कराएंगे क्या? तो ये सारे झूठ जो है, ये वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन की एक बड़ा
झूठ है. ये वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन झूठ है. शाजी अलमी,
जनता को केवल गुमराह किया जाए. महंगाई कैसे खत्म होगी? पैसा कैसे बचा रहे हैं? ये
मतलब आप देखिए,
इन्फ्लेशन पर आप महंगाई पर अलग से डिबेट कर लीजिएगा. वन नेशन वन पोल पर बात हो रही है.
गुमराह आप हो गए हैं, आप गुमराह हो गए हैं. देखिए, आपको जहां भड़ास अपनी निकालनी है, बार बार जब आप करारी शिकस्त आप होती है तो आप भड़ास कहीं और निकालिए. यहां पे जो मौजू है इस पर हम बात करेंगे. आपने क्या कहा कि किस तरह का तर्क है भाजपा के प्रवक्ता ने दिया है? जब कांग्रेस पार्टी और आपके साथी दल कहते हैं कि पूरी तरह से असंवैधानिक है, तो मैं आपसे ये सवाल पूछ रही हूं, पहले सबसे देश के पहले 4 चुनाव क्या असंवैधानिक थे? ये तर्क था, तो सुना कीजिए. और इसमें क्या झूठ हो गया? जब बताया जा रहा है कि चाहे पार्लियामेंट हो, स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर हो और लोकल इलेक्शंस हो, वो एक साथ किए जाएंगे या 100 दिन के उसमें रखे जाएंगे, और उसके 18,000 पेज के रिकमेंडेशन, जिसमें सब पार्टियों के एक्सपर्ट्स के सारे उसमें विचार मौजूद है, उसको पढ़े बगैर आपने उसको ऑलरेडी नकार दिया, यानी कि सिर्फ मुखालफत के लिए आपको मुखालफत करना है, और बढ़कर की पैसे बचते हैं, बढ़कर की संसाधन बचते हैं, बढ़कर के देश का टाइम जो है और ऊर्जा बचती है। उस सबसे बढ़कर सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी हर एक चुने हुए विधायक या सांसद की है, सेवा करना, जनादेश पर खरा उतरना। क्या वो पूरा हो पाता है? सब इंतजार करते रहते हैं, सब इंतजार करते हैं कि अब अभी ये चुनाव होगा, अब दूसरा चुनाव होगा, और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इस बात को बहुत सालों से किया है, ये कोई नई बात नहीं है, उससे पहले पर भी इसकी चर्चा हुई है। लेकिन मुखालफत करने के लिए मुखालफत
so you are saying this is just for the sake of opposing it. Let me bring in Mr. Rajgopalan. One of the criticism of the bill or this entire system, Mr. Rajgopalan, is that whenever there is going to be midterm polls, again money would be spent, again resources would be utilized. So how are you saving money? That's also one point that the opposition is raising constantly.
Opposition view is absolutely correct, Swati. Why can't they make it in JPC? Why can't they make it in the form of a debate? Why should they divert the attentions? My point is, even if the midterm elections were held, the political parties will come up. Who knew that in 10 years before, Arvind Kejriwal will come to center stage? He will get a government in Punjab and Delhi. Similarly, in 2034, when it happens to 2039, Narendra Modi wants to stretch it for 10-15 years. So therefore, we are moving towards digitalization. We are moving great.
Okay, you're saying your advice to the Congress parties, and I'd like a response from Dr. Patel on that. So the advice coming in from Mr. Rajgopalan and Dr. Patel is that focus on the reform. Don't focus on politics. Who knows, tomorrow by the time it's implemented, it could be your government at center.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Rajgopalan sir is correct. Who knows what is going to happen in the future? But when you are framing the policy for the entire country, firstly, whether the bill that is being introduced is in the correct way, I would like to know from Rajgopalan sir. Whether a two-third majority is not required to put an amendment bill to the floor of the House. Is BJP is having right now that two-third floor majority on the floor right now to put that bill into the process?
No. For the passage, it requires two-third majority. Does not require two-third for introduction. Quick rebuttal from Mr. Rajgopalan before I wrap up.
Swati, the resolution was only for the JPC, not for introducing.
That's what I said. Okay, it was only for the JPC. For that, you don't require a two-third majority. It's required only for the passage. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Shazia Almi and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.